A broadside today from President Trump aimed at China and its trade policies. He authorized sweeping new tariffs on imports.
Critical moment came in 2017, when Trump administration decided to increase the tax on most of the important items of imports from China, and China retaliatory actions. From that time on, basically the final U.S. relations became a kind of a strategic competition. I think that was a kind of a turning point of the international relations.
It matters for companies in the United States, in Japan, and Europe, but also in Taiwan, where both TSMC and UMC produce large numbers of these lower-end chips, as well as some of the more advanced chips. And so I think a lot of companies are looking nervously at production in China because they're afraid that as Chinese firms open their new factories, prices globally will fall and their profitability will be threatened. And I think that policymakers in Washington and Tokyo and Brussels are already worried about this issue and are going to take steps to limit the ability of Chinese firms to flood the market with these heavily subsidized Chinese chips.
The globalization and a lot of investment on China, including high-tech industry, that kind of trend has changed greatly, and it helped Taiwan.
But I think part of that is increasingly coming from making sure that China doesn't have access to the most advanced tools and the most advanced chips. And that's what the export controls are trying to do. And if you look at the controls that have been put in place on chip-making equipment, right now it's not allowed to sell the most advanced chip-making tools to China. That's primarily intended to preserve TSMC's edge.
We'll have to go back to over 20 years ago when Morrison and I first met. He didn't seem to look particularly pleased. In fact, he was a bit unhappy. That was at a time when Taiwan society was in the middle of a very intense debate because TSMC was planning to expand production to China. I was Minister of the Many Affairs Council, so I was in charge of this issue, and I have to deal with the issue. We're both under tremendous pressure from the society. That was why I decided to meet with him and try to resolve the potential conflicts.
I think the key steps that the Taiwanese government have taken are first off to continue to make Taiwan an attractive place to invest. And you actually see more and more US firms, more Japanese firms investing in Taiwan right now, help make Taiwan even more closely integrated with other countries in the region. Hi, I'm Chris Miller. See you on TaiwanPlus.